Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy. Without any further interruptions, enjoy the What If. Chapter 18. Reaching Tsunade, Naruto and Jiraiya stopped by a gambling pub and stood in front of a man. Have you seen this woman? Jiraiya asked as he gave him an old picture of his old teammate. Ah, yes, I have seen her. Phew, she lost a whole suitcase stacked with bills in our game just a few hours ago. Naruto asked, do you know where she went? The man smirked, I do, but you have to play for the answer, young man. The Jinchuriki sighed and sat down slowly, not wanting to agitate his tender side. Han or Cho? Han, okay, then I will choose Cho. The man put the dice in the cup, shook it around and tipped it upside down. He lifted it up slowly to reveal that there was a 6 and a 3. It is Han, I win. She went to a nearby city northeast, about a few miles from here. Naruto nodded, thanks for the information. The Sparta along with his perverted sensei left the building. Meanwhile in Tanzaku, a blonde woman moved quickly through the crowd. Come on, Shizun, let's go now. Shizun said, but you were winning, Lady Tsunade. Plus don't you want to take a look around the beautiful castle? Tsunade glanced at the castle and said hastily, yes, it is. Now let's. The castle suddenly started to crumble and the smoke cleared to reveal Orochimaru along with Kabuto beside him. Orochimaru gave Tsunade a smirk, I finally found you, Tsunade. The two jumped down from the summoned snake and Tsunade greeted them, it's been a while, Orochimaru. Orochimaru replied, I have looked all over for you. Stop babbling and tell me what it is that you want with me. I know you didn't come here to talk about the past. Straight to the point as always still, eh? Very well, I have a small favor to ask of you, Tsunade. Orochimaru's arm twitched a bit and Tsunade thought, what the hell is with that smirk of his? Kabuto decided to point out Tsunade's deduction, it seems that you have figured it out. We need your expertise, Tsunade-sama. Tsunade made a hand to shoo them away, then find another medical specialist, I don't do freelance work. I quit being a doctor. Kabuto said, I am afraid that we can't do that. You are one of the Sannin and the most powerful of them all in terms of physical strength. Tsunade said, why seek me out? Orochimaru said, I want you to join forces with me, Tsunade. So together, we can destroy the Leaf Village. Tsunade glared at him, why do I want to do that? Orochimaru smirked, considering that fact that we both lost precious things because of Konoha. Me, I lost the power to gain immortality because of that fool of a sensei. You lost two of your most beloved because of Konoha's actions. Hee. Those were certainly horrible ways to die. Shizun acted at that moment and launched Senbon from her launcher on her right arm at Orochimaru. Kabuto moved in front of Orochimaru to protect his master. Those Senbon, they are poisoned. Kabuto thought. Tsunade ordered, calm down, Shizun. Kabuto looked at Shizun's enraged face, that woman. She is impressive. Tsunade said, HMPH, you haven't changed a bit, Orochimaru. You know who I am, remember. Don't kid with me. She lost her fake smile and pounded the wall behind her, making a huge crater as she said, I'll kill you. Destructive and fearsome. She's single, definitely single. Kabuto thought. Then the medic said, we didn't come here to fight, only to negotiate. Tsunade looked at him angrily, I already said it once, I don't want anything to do with you. Now get out of my sight. Kabuto tried to reason with her, it is not like it is a one-way bargain, let's make a deal. Tsunade said, you better be out in 5 seconds or I will kill you. 5.4.3. Kabuto said, please calm down, it is not a bad. Tsunade replied, 2.1. Orochimaru chose at that time to speak, I can bring back your brother and your lover back to life with the kinjutsu that I have developed. Tsunade's eyes widened and Orochimaru said confidently, you haven't killed us yet, does that mean we have a deal? She turned away for a moment. Orochimaru asked, don't you want to meet them again, Tsunade? Tsunade said, so if I help you, you are going to destroy the Leaf Village. Orochimaru said, that is correct, I am going to obliterate Konohagakure and this time I will succeed. Tsunade said, this time? You mean, you failed the first time? The snake Sannin replied, there was an unanticipated event that occurred. Meanwhile Jiraiya and Naruto reached the castle ruins. Looks like there was a battle here or it collapses on its own. I doubt it is the second option. Naruto said. Jiraiya noticed a man running away from the site and called out to him, "Hey, you over there. What happened here?" The man replied, "You two should run. There was a demon beast that appeared here." "What kind of beast?" "An huge snake." Instantly Naruto and Jiraiya thought, Orochimaru. Jiraiya said, "So he is here too, what does he want with Tsunade?" Naruto said, knowing his slimy ass, he probably is trying to manipulate Tsunade to join forces with him. Back to Tsunade and Orochimaru, Shizun said, "Destroy the leaf." Then she looked at Tsunade, who was indecisive. "And your answer is?" Kabuto asked. Shizun protested, "Tsunade-sama, you can't listen to them. Your brother and uncle wouldn't want you to do this. Have you forgotten your dreams? Your wishes? Yet I understand, reality is set, even if it is like this. And even though you lost." Tsunade shouted, "Shizun, shut up. I don't need you to remind me about what I have lost." Kabuto said, "You don't have to answer now, but hopefully we could come to a peaceful resolution. Also the Kinjutsu needs a live sacrifice, thus we have prepared 2 bodies." Shizun glared at Kabuto, "Tsunade-sama, let's kill these bastards. If we work together, we can defeat them since Orochimaru is weak." Orochimaru slowly brought his finger to his lips and bit it, drawing blood. Tsunade suddenly froze and began to shiver. "I may be weak now, but I know about Tsunade's weakness. Now, Kabuto, let's go, Tsunade, I will await your answer in 1 week." The snake Sannin replied. Then the 2 villains left without a trace. "Let's go, Shizun," Tsunade said softly as she turned away. Shizun quickly followed after her with Taunton, their pet pig in her arms. Just then Jiraiya and Naruto arrived at the scene and the toad Sannin cursed, "Damn, we just missed them. We better go, they haven't gone far." Later that night, "Man, we checked every damn gambling casino and pub and we still can't find the accursed woman. How hard it is to find a blonde-haired woman with watermelons posing as breasts." Naruto shouted. Jiraiya said, "Calm down, let's sit down and eat. Have you mastered the second step?" Naruto nodded and Jiraiya said, "Good, after we eat, I will tell you the third step, which is to combine the first and second step and maintain it. We also need to plan our next move since Orochimaru is obviously after Tsunade to heal his body since your ancestors and sensei basically beat the shit out of him." Jiraiya, the white-haired Sannin turned to see Tsunade along with Shizun and Taunton. "Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me," Naruto said, slapping his hand to his forehead. "What are you doing here?" Tsunade asked. "Looking for you," Jiraiya answered. "Funny, next sensei is going to come and visit me." Naruto said, "So Orochimaru was here, so he could ask to heal his body, right?" "How do you know about that?" "Simple, my ancestors along with Sarutobi G-san were the ones who did that to him." Tsunade was shocked about the fact that the Silver Blonde's ancestors were the cause of Orochimaru's suffering. "We need you to come back to the village to become Hokage since Sarutobi-sensei has become too weak to battle or rule," Jiraiya said. Tsunade replied, "I refuse, the title of Hokage is a fool's job." Naruto bristled in anger at the blatant insult, but instead growled out, "Let me guess, Orotem gave the offer of bringing your lover, Dan and your brother, Nawaki back to life, right?" Tsunade said nothing and Naruto continued, "It's official, you are the most stupid member of the legendary Sannin." "What did you say? What? You're deaf too? I bet most of your brain went mostly to your boobs. You have the gall and nerve to insult your grandfather, grand-uncle, your own sensei and my father along with your deceased brother and lover. Nice job, bitch, no wonder you suck at gambling. Matter of fact, you probably lose on purpose, so you can have your debtors fuck that dried-up pussy of yours." Jiraiya and Shizun's mouth dropped at the vulgarity of Naruto's words and Tsunade's face burned with embarrassment and rage. She threw a punch at Naruto, but the Jinchuriki raised his right arm and activated the Devil Bringer. "Who are you to judge me?" she asked. "Me, I'm Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze Sparta, son of Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki, student of Jiraiya the Toad Sage and Kakashi Hatake, Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Kitsune, surrogate grandson of Hiruzen Sarutobi, and unfortunately a relative of yours. What? You mean you don't know? You must be too drunk to remember that the Uzumaki clan is part of the Senju clan since Miko Uzumaki was married to Hashirama Senju, the Shodai Hokage, making me and you relatives. HMPH, I was expecting Tsunade of the Sannin, not a wrinkling old bitch wallowing in self-pity with gambling and sake. Tsunade's shock once again turned into rage as she shouted, that is it, outside now. Naruto smirked, with pleasure. Shizun started to protest, but Jiraiya held out his hand in front of her. Let them go, this is probably the best and only way for Tsunade to get out of her depression. But Naruto will be fine, despite of his wound. Now let's watch the entertainment. Outside in the courtyard, Naruto and Tsunade stood facing each other and Tsunade said, I will teach you to not to mess with your elders, but I will go easy on you, one finger is all I am going to need. Naruto replied darkly, that is my line, you pathetic excuse for a Sannin. Hiding behind that genjutsu of yours to get away from your shame and guilt, I bet there are a lot of wrinkles under there, nay, Ba-chan. Instantly Tsunade rushed at him, launching a finger at Naruto's chest, but Naruto disappeared from her sight. What? She asked in surprise. You are too slow, slug Sannin. Naruto said from behind, I have been wondering, if you are the legendary sucker, does that mean when you lose a bet, you have to suck someone's dick? Tsunade's face burned with embarrassment and anger, making her clench her fist. The Sannin threw a spinning backfist, but Naruto caught it and did something that Jiraiya would have thought proud of his student and would have made Shizun pale in fright at Naruto's condition. The Sparta groped her boobs with his remaining hand. Nice, they're soft and warm, Naruto commented. Then he moved away as Tsunade tried to punch him. You are dead, she shouted as she threw another punch at the man, but the swordsman took 5 steps back and 4 steps to the right. A crater appeared in the middle of the street and the edges stopped at Naruto's feet. He whistled, woo, I would have been seriously hurt by that if I let you hit me with that punch, but I am done playing around with you. Naruto instantly moved in front of Tsunade and punched her in the gut, making the woman keel over. Then he sent a kick to the head and launched after her. He moved up into the air and sent an axe kick to her midsection, then he climbed over her and began to bitch slap the mess out of her. Shizun was shocked about how her master had fallen to be beaten by a Chunin. Naruto held Tsunade up by the neck, look at you, you are nothing but a shadow of your former self. No wonder you don't want to be Hokage, you simply can't do the job, what kind of a doctor freezes up at the sight of blood? Yes, Jiraiya told me about your hemophobia. Then the man dropped Tsunade unceremoniously on her ass, useless, you don't deserve to be a Sannin or a Senju for that matter. Naruto walked away, leaving her on her knees. Wait, she said meekly. Naruto trained his cold cyan eyes on her, what do you want now, woman? Why you're right, I am weak, but why do you want me to be Hokage for? Because, the Tsunade that Sarutobi Gigi-san praised about was level-headed, practical and stubborn, yet she was caring and loyal to a fault. To admit it, I was a bit excited in meeting the idol of one of my wives, but I'm a bit disappointed. The way I see it is that you got 3 choices, the easy way, the hard way, or the way that I come up with different ways to kill you. The easy way is to come back as you were before all of this shit happens. The hard way is to stay just the way you were and I drag you back to Konoha by your nipples. The way I get to kill you is accept Orochimaru's offer, and that ain't gonna fly. I am giving you a week to nut up or shut up. I hope you can remember who you are, Ba-chan. The Sparta walked away from the woman and Shizun along with Jiraiya moved to the kneeling Tsunade. Tsunade-sama, are you alright? Shizun asked in concern. The slug Sannin said shakily, why yeah, I'm fine. Jiraiya said, that was pretty stupid of you, Tsunade. First off, you were drunk and not at full strength, and second, you had to fight a half-devil, and the third and biggest mistake was to insult the people that he admired as a kid. You are very lucky that he cares about you. Shizun replied sharply, that man doesn't care about Tsunade-sama at all. If he did, he would not have challenged her to that one-sided fight. Yes, he does, Shizun, because he knows the true meaning of pain more than anyone. He is a Jinchuriki, he was lonely and abused just because of the fact that the Kyuubi was sealed inside of him. The only difference between him and Tsunade-chan is that he never let that stop him, he kept getting back up again and again. Plus when it comes to certain things, Tsunade is as stubborn as a mule and the only way to get through to her is to kick her ass thoroughly. Tsunade's state of being right now reminds him of himself. Naruto, currently the Sparta heir, was practicing with his new devil arm, Ball. The ash-gray blades have the properties of earth and could cause shockwaves of seismic proportions. Naruto stopped and threw one of the swords at a tree behind him to the northeast side. "Come on out, Mr. Dark. I know that you are there," Naruto called out. Sure enough, Modius came out from behind the tree. "You have healed, descendant of Sparta." "Yeah, I have. The place is still tender since that holy water caused the wound to slowly heal, thanks to your brother Casper." "How is yours?" Modius replied. "A bit of a scar. Your teacher is an excellent fighter to surprise with that move. It took a matter of hours to heal though and I had lost much time to find you." "So, how do you want this to go down?" "I would like an honest battle. No tricks, no hostage situations, no ninjutsu, just swordsmanship." "Deal. Anything else?" "Yes, I want you to fight with the sword that you killed my brother with." "Sure, Modius, I understand." Naruto called back the sword that he threw at the tree into his hand and allowed the swords to disappear into the bowels of hell. He released Alistair from the seal where it used to hold rebellion. The mark changed from the kanji of resistance to the kanji of avenger. "All right, Modius, let's begin." Modius summoned his red broadsword, which is the same size as Ball's own. The two clashed in this middle. The battle had begun. Meanwhile, after Tsunade was healed and dropped off at their hotel, Shizun journeyed through the forest to find Naruto. She was obviously still upset at the fact that Naruto was very brutal to Tsunade physically and emotionally. "Where is he? It is not that hard to find." Just then blue lightning flashed into the sky. What was that? She thought. She moved to the location to see Naruto and a black-haired man fighting against each other. The two stopped briefly and the black-haired man said, "It seems that we have an uninvited guest." Naruto replied calmly, "Is that so? Perhaps I should ask that guest to leave. Actually, I happen to be an acquaintance with that woman. Let's continue." "Right." Naruto and Modius clashed with their swords once again with their swords. Modius let out a stream of hits which were either dodged or blocked by Naruto. "That is enough," Modius declared as he sped past Naruto. The Jinchuriki's eyes widened as he quickly moved Alistair to block the delayed strikes. He is much faster than his brother, a speed demon literally. Naruto thought to himself. "Take this, Azure Drive." Naruto swung Alistair in a reverse grip to release a blue arc of energy at Modius, but the black-haired devil moved to the side to avoid the energy blast. Then the devil felt a hand on his shoulder. "Got ya, Stinger." Modius' eyes widened as he was stabbed and Naruto thought to himself, he is much faster than that, why did he? Suddenly he felt the presence of someone behind him and Naruto escaped with a slash on his chest. An afterimage, right. As I thought, you are obviously the one that relies on speed than your brother, Ball. Modius flicked the blood of Naruto off his sword and said, "Correct, descendant of Sparta. You are very perspective like your mother was. You knew her, indeed, and I suppose I have to defeat you to get more information." "Correct again." Naruto closed his eyes. "Fine, never thought that I would have to use this against a devil. To be honest, you and your brother are the strongest devils that I have fought besides my ancestors." He looked at the devil and said, "Devil trigger." Naruto transformed into his devil form and said, "Come on." Modius smirked for a moment and turned into his true form. Shizun watched in awe and shock as the two devils fought in a rage. Each of them made strikes, drawing blood from their bodies, but it never seemed to faze them. After 10 minutes of this, Modius finally made a mistake due to his tiredness of maintaining his speed and Naruto shouted, "Electric Dance Macabre." Instantly Naruto slashed at the defenseless Modius and then stabbed him at a high-speed rate. "Breakdown," Naruto shouted as he finished the move with one last stab. Modius flew backwards, crashing against the ground. Naruto panted in exertion as he reverted back to his human form. "You have won, Naruto Sparta. Now for your prize. Your mother was a lot like you, stubborn, yet kind. Even as a priestess, she didn't believe that all demons were evil. I fought beside her once when a horde of demons threatened to enter the human realm. Thank you, Modius. Now please accept my soul, so I may join my brother and you at your side. Naruto nodded and Modius' body dissipated into a glowing, red orb and transported itself into his own sword, changing it into a blood-red rapier. Great, now that it is left as Agni and Rudra the Firestorm, Cerberus the Ice Guardian, Baal and Dagon the Masters of the Frozen Soil, Nevin the Lightning Witch, Ifrit the Fire Devil, Abigail and the Hell Vanguard. Naruto thought, this is going to be a long while before I can get all of them. Naruto-san, a timid voice called out. The Sparta turned to see Shizun. Oh, it's you, Shizun-san, right? Yes, are you okay? Yeah, I am. It was family matters. My mother was a priestess and as a test, she released all of the devil arms that the Spartas collected. Modius was one of them. I am guessing that you came to rant at me for beating up your master, right? Shizun's face contorted from caring to anger. I was angry, but Jiraiya told me that you were worried about her. Of course I am. She is my only relative on my mother's side. I will be damned if she gets killed by some random genin because of her fear of blood. But I know about her life. She blames Konoha and that necklace that seems to be connected with death. She lost Nawaki in an explosion and she lost your uncle, Dan, to a blow meant for her, and thus her fear of blood appeared when she saw her hands covered in his blood. If you ask me, that is pretty pathetic. Shizun glared at Naruto and he chuckled. You look like you want to kill me. He summoned Modius and held the hilt out to her. Go ahead then. Shizun's eyes widened as he pressed the hilt into her hand and impaled himself on it, but what surprised her was that he survived, a blow to the heart. With demonic blood in me, I am very hard to kill. Naruto said as he paced around with Modius still stuck in his body. Then he ripped it out and made it disappear back into the earth. Now you see why I was so confident. Tsunade wouldn't be able to kill me as she is now. Now if you will please excuse me, I will be going back to my hotel, I'm very tired. Chapter 19 End of the line. Orochimaru. 2 days had passed and Naruto was able to finish the Rasengan and was working on doing it with one hand without the help of his Kage Bunshin. He also trained with his new weapons, Ball and Modius, to get used to them. In his mind, both Orochimaru and Kabuto were going to die at the end of the week and he was going to make sure that it happened. He returned to the hotel and fell asleep on his bed while Jiraiya and Tsunade were drinking at the pub again to have the slug Sanin convince her about the right decision. So what do you want this time? She asked. Tomorrow is the last day for the bet with Naruto. I wonder what happened to him anyway. Without Jiraiya noticing, Tsunade slipped an odorless and tasteless drug in his sake, watching him drink it. And soon the hours passed as Jiraiya fell asleep and Tsunade was able to slip away. Base on the outskirts of Fire Country. I wonder which answer she will give us. If it is yes, then the destruction of Konohagakure will be in your grasp and Tsunade will be reunited with her two loved ones. However, if she says no, then it looks like I will have to force her to join us. Do you think it will be easy? I have you, don't I? Kabuto smirked at the comment and Orochimaru continued. You don't need to worry. I know the most, when it comes to her, even her weakness. She will agree to the deal for sure. Back at the hotel, Tsunade was caring for her godson as Shizun explained his condition. Tsunade admitted, Jiraiya was right, it was a foolish bet that I made with him and for me to get so worked up about it. Hey. Shizun knew the tension was in the air and decided to cut it. Tsunade-sama, please don't go tomorrow. Tsunade said nothing and Shizun shouted, why won't you say anything back? Please answer me, Tsunade-sama. Tsunade didn't move and Shizun declared, if you plan to go to that man, I don't care if it takes my life, I will stop you. Tsunade glared at her. Shizun, do you know who you are talking to? Instantly Tsunade crossed the hallway and knocked out Shizun. Meanwhile, Orochimaru and Kabuto were on the way at the rendezvous point to meet the exchange from Tsunade. Kabuto, it could be problematic if we had any interruptions with the exchange. Orochimaru said. Kabuto glanced at the snake Sanin. What do you suggest? Take care of that associate of Tsunade. It might be best if we kill her now. Kabuto took out a kunai and used it to maneuver him in a different direction. Naruto woke up and looked down to see Shizun on the ground. Oi, Shizun-san, wake up. Shizun's eyes fluttered open and said, Naruto. The Jinchuriki replied, "Yeah, it is me, what happened to you?" Immediately Shizun sprang into action. Tsunade-sama. Then she gasped, "Lady Tsunade." She went to see Orochimaru. "Quick, we must hurry and find Jiraiya-sama." Her head came an inch out of the window until a kunai whizzed past her face. She looked to her left to see Jiraiya. "Wait, Shizun," the Sannin said. Naruto came to the window. "Ero-sensei, what happened to you?" Jiraiya said, "Your fucking godmother. She must have slipped a drug into my drink. I can't control my chakra well and my body stings like hell." Shizun looked at the ground and gritted her teeth. Naruto said with conviction, "Which means we have no time to waste, no time. Either way, when we get there, there will be one less Sannin." Meanwhile Kabuto was hiding in the shadows. For Jiraiya-sama to even be here, this has gotten more complicated. I will have to report this to Orochimaru-sama. And for Naruto-kun to be here as well. He shifted back and Jiraiya along with Naruto glanced at the place that Kabuto was previously at. Jiraiya said, "Naruto, Shizun, let's go." And Shizun, explain on the way about Orochimaru's promise. Shizun said, "Hi, Forest. So Orochimaru is trying to convert Ba-chan over to heal his burns, huh? Perfect. This is an opportunity to kill him and end this whole charade of immortality mess here and now. Remember, Naruto, I am at only probably 30% of my strength at the moment. I know, but I am going to kill him. I promise Anko-chan that I will bring back his head to her if I ever got the chance." Soon the three of them including Taunton landed to the ground to see the destruction in the same place where Shizun and Tsunade first met the devious duo of doom after several years. "The rubble looks a bit fresh. It looks like our little princess declined Orochimaru's offer." Jiraiya said, "They couldn't have gone far from here." "Good, I don't have to kick my relative's ass at all then," Naruto commented. Jiraiya said, "Come on, we must hurry. Tsunade won't last against Orochimaru for long." "Right," Shizun said. Meanwhile, Tsunade was panting out of breath and trying to bash Orochimaru and Kabuto's brains inside their skulls. Knowing that the small area was a disadvantage to them, Kabuto made the suggestion to move to a more suitable location. Orochimaru agreed, letting his right-hand man lead him to a large clearing. "It seems that Tsunade-heim is out of breath, it might be a good time to put it to use," Orochimaru said. Kabuto took out a soldier pill and ate it as he said, "Although taijutsu is not actually my forte." Then he did hand signs, chakra mesu no jutsu. So he knows medical jutsu as well, Tsunade thought. Then the Iryo Nin decided to take the time to disappear and her eyes widened as Kabuto's hand exploded from the ground beneath her feet. She jumped into the air and slammed her fist quickly into the ground, but Kabuto managed to evade the deadly strike. Large chunks of stone surrounded the two medical ninjas and Tsunade looked to see a large stone by her foot and she chose to kick it at Kabuto. His kneeling form disappeared from the stone's deadly path and was behind her in an instant while she was in midair. Kabuto touched her bicep and abdomen only to leave Tsunade with an opening as she touched down on the ground. She slammed her shoulder into Kabuto's chest, making him slide back a few inches from her. "Ouch," Tsunade said. "Damn, he cut my muscles." She thought to herself. "That is right, I have cut your bicep and abdomen muscles, so that super strength trait of yours will not be a nuisance to me anymore. Chakra scalpels. But if you have that, then why would you cut my muscles? Why aren't you aiming from my arteries? Although my skills in the medical field are excellent, but in the midst of a battle, I am not that accurate to aim for your arteries or main organs. But if I aim at your neck, it shouldn't be a problem." As he said this statement, he moved toward Tsunade and struck at her. Tsunade, thinking that he was aiming at the neck, moved to block, but Kabuto proved that it was a feint and aimed at her chest instead. "Damn you. You hit my lungs, can't breathe." Tsunade coughed. Then she thought, he isn't an ordinary Iryo Nin. His speed and strength exceed my own even in my prime. Kabuto shifted his glasses. "It would be a bother if you were to die, so I won't aim for your neck, but after that blow, you shouldn't be able to move around." But he was surprised as Tsunade sent him sprawling to the ground with a blow to the neck. Damn it, it didn't hit her lungs at all. HMPH, I guess those large breasts are good for something. It seems that I need to be a bit more serious about this. Suddenly he noticed that his body was going haywire. Wah! Wham! Tsunade lands a punch across his face before he could figure out what was happening to his body. This isn't caused by my muscles, it's caused by my nervous system. Tsunade replied, I see that you seem to realize your problem. I converted my chakra into electricity and transfer it throughout your body. Orochimaru thought, Fufu, I see. The nervous system is run on electricity, but Tsunade disrupted the initial flow by sending more electricity. Now the signals in Kabuto's body is sending so many signals that it can't distinguish them. Tsunade took advantage of the situation by healing himself while Kabuto knelt there to figure out his body. Okay, if I moved my right hand, my left leg moves. If I move my left foot, my right shoulder moves. In a matter of moments, Kabuto was able to figure out 60% of his body. Don't think that with the level of power, can defeat me. Kabuto shouted. What? He figured out how to control his body already. You are afraid of blood, right? I'll show you some now. I'll scatter just enough blood until you are at the brink of death. Kabuto declared as he brought down the kunai, but he was stopped and the right hand looked to see a devilish hand on his arm. Hello, Kabuto, how have you been? Naruto-kun, what a surprise. Kabuto replied with a smile and Naruto glanced to see a scowling Orochimaru with bandages over his arms. And hello to you too, you cowardly snake, how is your arms and more importantly, how is your ass since I gave you that lovely present back in Konoha? He asked with a smirk. Orochimaru just glared at him and said nothing, but Naruto continued, oh, don't be mad, Orochi-chan, I wanted to thank. You gave me the pleasure of exposing Danzo and his bitches on the council, reveal the true reason that Itachi-san killed his own clan, get one of the devil arms that my mother awakened and learn the locations of most of your bases in Fire Country. What? Orochimaru said in surprise. Yeah, to Yuya-chan, you know, one of the Sound 4, your bodyguards until I killed them. The one that you lied to saying that I killed Kin-chan, that one. She is a fighter, but I got through to her with the help of Kin-chan and now she is living with me under house arrest of course after she told me about your bases. I will be paying them a little visit after I kill you. Naruto said with a smile. Then his face lost its smile and he glared at the Sannin. You are going to pay for the pain you caused Anko-chan, Orochimaru, your time is up, Beowulf. The gauntlets and greaves of light appeared on his arms and legs and then he threw Kabuto away as he attacked Orochimaru while Kabuto fought against Shizun and a weakened Jiraiya. Orochimaru instantly spat out the Kusanagi to block Naruto's punch, but he was still pushed back. You are as strong as your father when I fought him back then, now there was a true genius unlike you. The snake Sannin commented. Naruto replied, I am a genius, of hard work, it doesn't matter if talent is born in your blood like Sasuke. As long as you got the determination to do everything in your power to protect the ones that you love, that is a good enough quality to describe a genius. Your ambitions will end here. Orochimaru shouted, Ninpu, Seniyashu. Snakes appeared out of his sleeves, slithering towards Naruto, who jumped in the air and shouted, Lunar Phase. He came down hard onto Orochimaru's face, which melted into mud. Then Orochimaru appeared out of the earth, extending the blade of the Kusanagi into Naruto's skull. The boy dissipated into smoke and Orochimaru thought, a cage bunshin. Naruto shouted, up here. The snake Sannin looked up to see Naruto with Modius in hand, Falco to feed. Orochimaru used Kusanagi to block Naruto's descending attack and then he found himself flying back, forgetting about the power of the Devil Bringer. Orochimaru skidded back, but he got his bearings as he slithered out to Naruto, flipping through hand signs and elongating his neck and fangs to bite him. Ninpu. Hari Jizo. Naruto shouted as the boy's hair grew and covered most of his body, but the snake kept going until a clone appeared at his neck. Nero Guillotine. Orochimaru quickly used his body rebirth jutsu to spit out the real one just as the cage bunshin cut off his bunshin's neck. Then the snake Sannin bit his thumb and spread blood on his snake summoning tattoo, Kuchio's no Jutsu. A large snake appeared and Naruto stared at it as he said, you have got to be kidding me, this again. You need more tricks, Orochimaru. Orochimaru cried out, spill his blood, then eat him, I will need it to obtain the perfect body when I have Sasuke's own in my grasp. The snake lunged at Naruto, who jumped away from the snake's maw and shouted, it's pointless. Firenze. Naruto held out Modius in front of him and shot demonic energy shots at the snake's head, irritating it. The Jinchuriki landed on top of the snake and Orochimaru laid down low as he sent out snakes with Kusanagi blades from their mouths. Well, that one is new, Naruto muttered as he quickly sped past them and lopped off the snakes' heads. But still not new, anything else? I will have your blood, the man said, and Naruto retorted, that is not new at all. Then how about this? Kuchiyos. Edo 10, not going to fucking happen. Naruto shouted as he sliced the Sannin in half from the waist up, but Orochimaru said, gathering of the snakes came out from his torso to reattach him back to his bottom half. Mandara no Jin, Orochimaru shouted, but Naruto countered, Kaden, Goryuka no Jutsu. He blew a large dragon's head to come forth and burn the snakes descending on the Jinchuriki. Orochimaru managed to fall back with Naruto at his heels. Ninpu. Senitajoshi. Kaden. Hisakiho. The ash was blown at the snakes and Orochimaru. Then Naruto clicked his teeth just as the snakes reached him and the ash exploded, damaging Orochimaru and destroying the snakes. The snake Sannin fell to the ground and Naruto landed on his feet. Damn you, Orochimaru hissed, obviously in pain from the burns and lacerations on his arms and chest. You know, someone wanted to have my blood and yet I am not bleeding in any way. Oh, well, time to die, Orochimaru. You first, Sparta. Both were stabbed in the heart. Naruto coughed up blood and said, sneaky bastard, I didn't know that you can control your Kusanagi from a distance, very clever of you, but it will not stop me. The Jinchuriki removed himself and Modius from Orochimaru's body to move away to kill Kabuto, but then he heard a low hissing noise and jumped away to see Orochimaru in a giant wild snake form made up with multiple smaller white snakes. He had a scaled face with snake-like teeth and tongue, long, spiky black hair and a pointed chin. Dai Hakebi Moto, Orochimaru hissed out. Damn, you are one ugly motherfucker, but that form suits you just fine. Now this time, I am not going to aim for your heart. Naruto said as he sent Modius back down to hell and unsealed Alistair from his arm. I am going to cut off your head. It seems that I will have to do the saying. Cut off the head and the body will die. This is the end of the line, Orochimaru. Orochimaru hissed back, we will see about that, Sparta. The snake lashed out at Naruto, who smirked with Alistair in hand as the sword crackled with blue electricity. Kabuto, Shizun, Jiraiya and Tsunade. Kabuto was being hard-pressed in taijutsu by Jiraiya, Shizun and a recovered Tsunade. Through her will of proving to her godson that she had changed back into the Sannin she was able to overcome her fear of blood and joined in the fray. Thus his ass was getting beaten. The only reason why the bastard was not dead was because of the fact that he had an innate healing ability when he transferred chakra to the area, and Jiraiya, along with Tsunade, were both weakened. Ninpu. Dokugiri, Shizun shouted, as she exhaled purple fog from her mouth. If I breathe in that fog, I will die, Kabuto thought as he quickly ran out of the fog to meet Tsunade's fist. Take it, the slug Sannin said, sending him to her former teammate. Jiraiya gave the boy a flying kick in his chest, bruising Kabuto's ribs in the process. Good thing I had those metal strips installed on the bottom of my geta. The toad Sannin thought. He glanced over to Naruto, who was dodging attacks from Orochimaru's white snakes on his body. I need a bit more time, the effects of Tsunade's drug are weakening. Soon both Orochimaru and Kabuto will be dead. Suddenly Shizun screamed in pain, snapping Jiraiya out of his stupor as he joined the fray to release Shizun from Kabuto's clutches. Kaden. Hausenka, Jiraiya shouted, making the traitor dodge and release Shizun. While Shizun healed the tendons in her arms, Tsunade and Jiraiya pressed on the attack on Kabuto. The Yakushi was being pummeled by the hits, especially Tsunade's own. Next, Kabuto was taken by the ankle by Jiraiya and thrown to Tsunade, who kicked him up and gave the Yakushi a punch, sending him back to Jiraiya, who had prepared for the comeback. Rasengan. The orb was plunged into the evil man's chest, sending him crashing into a rock. Damn, I didn't have enough power to kill him, but at least he shouldn't be able to get up now, Jiraiya said as he knelt to the ground, panting in exertion. Kabuto got up groggily, but then he coughed up blood and fell to the floor, barely moving. Both Tsunade and Shizun sat on the ground, panting and healing their wounds with the bit of chakra that they had left. Meanwhile Naruto and Orochimaru were locked in battle as Orochimaru attacked him with a fast strike, but the Jinchuriki deflected it with Alistair. Proc Shredder. The snake's scales were sliced and Orochimaru screamed in pain as the blade cut into his body, and then Naruto kicked him in the air, aerial rave. Orochimaru was sliced into 4 separate pieces and they fell to the ground in a bloody heap. It's done, Naruto said as he walked away a bit to check on his comrades, but suddenly he felt dizzy. What the? Yamada no Jutsu. Suddenly everyone turned to see Orochimaru's snakes converged on each other and grew bigger, turning into a 8-headed, 8-tailed white hydra. One of the mouths opened to show Orochimaru, who was laughing in an insane manner. Ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. You can't kill me. I am immortal, a god. You will never defeat me or deny me my prize as the most powerful being in the 5 great countries. Your fate is to serve me in submission, Sparta, and it will be easier with that poison entering your body from my Dai Hakebi Moto. Naruto chuckled a bit and said, you fool, it doesn't matter if you have your ninjutsu or genjutsu. You, a god, don't make me laugh. You are just a human consumed with evil, it doesn't matter. You can get as big as you can. Gain every jutsu in the world if you want, but in the end. Orochimaru mentally ordered his Hydra to attack him by gathering an energy ball as Naruto shouted, it's pointless. Devil May Cry anime theme song plays. The Hydra fired and Naruto swung Alistair to block it and entered a power struggle. I will not lose, this is for Anko-chan, Kin-chan and Tayuya-chan, and, you, will, die. Naruto shouted as his eyes glowed in an unholy light. Naruto was able to launch the energy ball back at the Hydra with the energy of his own, destroying it completely only to leave Orochimaru beaten and crawling away backwards. Why? Why can't I kill you? I am more powerful than you, I have more strength than you. The answer is simple, Orochimaru, it is because you don't have a soul anymore. You see, each person has a soul, the driving force that allows them to fight the very end to defeat and overcome any obstacle in their way. It dictates them to tell them what to do, what is right. You lost your own the moment you experimented on those innocent people, marked Anko-chan, and manipulate your subordinates to make them suffer. Wait, I can give you more power, let me go free and I promise that I will never show my face here ever again. Naruto hefted Alistair on his shoulder and pulled out loose. Nope, after what you did, I can't really let you go free. You are way too dangerous to be left alive, Orochi-tem. Plus Sasuke just got his life back on track and I can't let you screw that up for him. Orochimaru shouted, you bastard. He shot out Kusanagi from his mouth and Naruto moved to the side to let the sword fly past him and saw Orochimaru leap at him. He raised loose in his left hand and said, jackpot. He began to shoot Orochimaru all over his body, making the snake Sannin suspend himself in the air. Then the Jinchuriki shot Orochimaru once in the head, making him fall to the ground. Orochimaru-sama, Kabuto cried out. Naruto ignored the outcry as he put loose away and moved over to Orochimaru's dead body, raised Alistair over his head and beheaded the dead snake Sannin. End of the line, Orochimaru. Naruto resealed Alistair and took out a scroll to seal Orochimaru's head. The Jinchuriki moved over to Kabuto, and now it is your turn, Kabuto Yakushi, you will join your master in the pits of hell. Kabuto glared at him with anger and then he smiled. No, it is going to be you. The former right-hand man of Orochimaru snapped his fingers to have a few hordes of the 7 sins appear in front of him as well as the leader, the Hell Vanguard. So you were the one, I should have known, Kabuto, but I actually have to thank you for sending me the Vanguard. Kabuto replied with a sneer, you can repay me by sending your head to me, but I suppose that you will disagree with that. So I will recover and bide my time before I come to kill you, Naruto Sparta. And I will be waiting, you necrophilic snake bitch. Kabuto flipped through hand signs and disappeared in a puff of smoke. Naruto said, Jiraiya-sensei, Tsunade, Shizun, get your asses moving, I will handle this affair. Shizun said, but, Naruto-kun. Don't argue with me, you 3 are in no condition to fight hordes of demons right now. Tsunade said, but neither are you, Naruto, it is suicidal for you to do this, you will die. I won't die, I have my friends, my lovers, my family waiting for me to come back to. You guys can't survive fatal hits like me, plus Tsunade Ba-chan, you still haven't confessed to sensei that you are in love with the damn pervert. So when I get back, I expect you two to be making out like two long-lost lovers, got it? Tsunade began to protest, but Jiraiya calmly put a hand on her shoulder. You better get back to us safely, Naruto, or I will find a way myself to hell and travel there myself to kick your ass. Naruto gave him the thumbs up and the three left. He, this is what I live for, I am absolutely crazy about it. Naruto said as he pulled out Luz and Umbra to start shooting at the demons. The Jinchuriki kicked one in the chest and shot it, then aimed Umbra at another, shooting it in the mouth. Suddenly several demons took out their scythes to slash at him, but Naruto jumped in the air and used the connecting scythes' heads as a springboard to leap high in the air. He looked over to see 15 greeds and thought, looks like to stop the horde from getting any bigger, I got to destroy the greeds first and I need to cut a path. Naruto shot the one below him and holstered his guns to summon ball in his hands. Devils never cry plays, time to go to work, boys. Naruto said as he ran toward the 100 strong and carved a path through the demons to reach one of the summoners. The greed lifted the heavy medium in its hands and tried to knock the Sparta down, only for the Jinchuriki to jump over the medium and cut off its head. One down, he said as suddenly a pride teleported in front of him only for Naruto to stab it. He kicked one in the head and used his swords to bisect a hell who has the intelligence to block with his scythe, but it failed as his weapon was destroyed. Naruto narrowly dodged a slash and caught the weapon as he discarded ball for the moment. He ripped it from the hell and killed him with it. Naruto expertly began to toy with the scythe a bit and moved into a bojutsu stance. One hell, who was gearing up to blast him with a sand bullet attack, got his head cut off. Not in this life, you dumb son of a bitch. The young Sparta began to reap several demonic souls for the next 10 minutes, and in the process, he took care of 5 summoners. This is getting me nowhere. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. 4 clones appeared and unsealed Alistair, Burial, Beowulf and summoned Modius. Naruto threw the scythe away, killing several, and called ball to him. The swords spun as they came to him, killing 3 hells. Now let's have some fun, shall we? Naruto said. The clones nodded as they attacked, killing every hell in sight until there was no hell left except for the Hell Vanguard. Alright, guys, dispel, but one at a time. The clones followed his orders and Naruto mentally relived every single kill he got. Nice. Now for you. The Hell Vanguard screeched at him, swinging his scythe, and disappeared. Naruto's eyes narrowed as he began to flip his swords in his hands as he moved around. Suddenly a ripple appeared behind him and Naruto moved to block the scythe from digging into his back. The Jinchuriki struck back, but the overseer of the 7 hells disappeared within his fabric of time and space. Naruto chose to jump in the air, but a portal opened up and the false god of death came out, slashing at Naruto. The Jinchuriki clashed with the scythe-wielding demon, then the boy landed and the Hell Vanguard let loose a creepy laugh. Naruto replied, "Alright, I will give you something to laugh about, quaking fear." Naruto stabbed his swords into the earth, making the area shake and the demon lost its balance. Naruto ran at the demon, leaving ball in its fixed position while gathering his chakra. Eat this, you son of a bitch. Rasengan. The orb was plunged into the demon's face, obliterating into blue dust, and the Sparta, landing in front of the dust and noticed that the scythe was left there. The blue sand swirled into a glowing orb and embedded itself into the scythe. Naruto picked it up and said, "Normally I would showboat a bit, but right now, I am tired as hell." He limped back to his hotel, surprising Shizun, Tsunade and Jiraiya. "Naruto." They all shouted in unison. "Hey, I thought I told you to be making out like two long-lost lovers," Naruto said before he passed out on the floor with the scythe falling to the floor with a loud clang. "That is our godson, crazy little bastard." Tsunade smiled as she took her necklace off and put it around his neck. "Lady Tsunade, that, thanks to him, Shizun, I can believe in the title of Hokage once more. This boy, my godson, is a very hard bastard to kill. As for you, Jiraiya." "Huh." The female Sannin grabbed Jiraiya by the collar and planted a firm, but fierce kiss on his lips, surprising him. "I am sorry, for being an idiot and not noticing your feelings until now." Jiraiya, for once in his life, was speechless and had nothing to say on the matter. On the next day, Naruto woke up to see a sleeping Shizun and Taunton, but no Jiraiya and Tsunade. The Jinchuriki got up and went to make breakfast until everyone woke up. Jiraiya and Tsunade came downstairs with contented smiles. Well, Jiraiya had a shit-eating grin plastered on his face. So where is my godchild going to be due? Naruto asked. The two remaining Sannin blushed and Naruto laughed a bit. Alright, after breakfast, we return to Konoha. Right, I assume that the necklace is yours, Tsunade Ka-chan. Ka-chan. Well, yeah, you are my remaining family and you are sort of a mother-aunt figure, who compulsively loses at gambling and drinks a lot. Tsunade said, why you? Shizun giggled at the sight that she woke up to, Naruto and Tsunade getting into an argument with Jiraiya acting as the middleman. Naruto Namikaze Sparta, thank you for bringing Tsunade-sama back to her old self again. Shizun thought to herself, I believe that I will only see and hear nothing but great things from you and your unorthodox methods. Feeling nostalgic, Tsunade Ba-chan? Naruto asked the slug Sannin. The Sannin answered, a bit. They entered the Hokage tower and Tsunade nodded to Naruto as they both kicked the door open, barging in the tower. The Sandaime was there on time since Jiraiya sent a messenger bird to them earlier. Sarutobi addressed his former student warmly, hello, Tsunade Haim, welcome back home. Good to be back, you old geezer. Now on to business. I am here to take up the mantle of Hokage like my ancestors before me and bring about some new changes around here. Yes, but first, you must rest. You must have had a long journey. We did. I will tell you of the events tomorrow. Meanwhile, in an abandoned base, Kabuto was experimenting on Orochimaru's headless body. He managed to change Orochimaru into his Snake Sage mode and isolate the cells to embed it into himself. Now that I am done with that, I will summon Orochimaru's soul back, but Edo Tensei limits the time and has an anchor to the Shinigami, so I must open the true Hell Gate to get it. I will have to research on getting the perfect body for Orochimaru-sama, so we can have our revenge against Konoha and most especially, Naruto Sparta. Kabuto began to laugh manically in full malice, causing the remaining test subjects, prisoners to shiver in their cells. A new evil has been born. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe as well as checking out the author on fanfiction.net.